Hello and welcome back to Leaping Lotus Tarot. My name is Addison. Thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out with me this evening or this morning, whatever time of day it is. I'm going to go ahead and use my new Wee Moon tarot deck again. I had such a good time doing it last time that I'm going to go ahead and do it again, okay? But I'll make it a little bit different in that I will use an oracle deck this time as well, the Medicine Woman. I think that'll be a beautiful oracle deck to complement this gorgeous tarot deck. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. This is for fire signs, by the way. So, oh. Let's see if we got any more than these two. We'll just do one more shuffle through. One more shuffle through, just for fun. We'll do one more. Okay, ooh. Speaking of fire signs, we've got Six of Fire that came out here. Passion, ooh-wee. We've got this gorgeous feminine here. Six of Fire is normally Six of Wands, which is a pretty generally triumphant card traditionally. I do see a lot of triumph in that imagery, so very passionate feminine here. So we also have Ten of Air. This actually came out the last time I did a reading with this deck. Ten of Air being Ten of Swords, which is normally a very can be associated as a very negative card, just with the the person being stabbed in their back with 10 swords. But what's so beautiful about this card is it's so hard to interpret negatively when it says prana, breath of life. So it's almost like, the person who felt like they had 10 swords in their back is really taking this in a very positive light and looking at it as, okay, well, I may be dead because I've got 10 swords in my back, but death is rebirth, right? It's a new cycle, it's a new beginning. So breathing in that new air, that new life. Okay, I've got one card on the ground, so give me a moment. Ooh, I haven't seen this one yet. Seven of Water, so Seven of Cups, Moon Circle Sisters. Beautiful. So this is the options card, right? So there may be some feminine out here who feels like she's got a ton of options. Now, I don't know if it's romantically, it could be, maybe it's sexually, right? Because we got this fire going on here, right? And this breath of life. So it's almost like she's got a new perspective on her opportunities in the world. She realizes her worth, and she's ready to breathe life into a whole new situation for her. That's great. Okay, tell me more about the Ten of Air. I feel like I need a little clarification on Earth, Crone Sage, love the Earth. That's clarification for the Ten of Air. Love the Earth. This actually reminds me a lot of the reading I just did. That was with this deck. Somebody really perhaps passionate about regeneration, helping the earth, being a part of the cycle of life. And by being a part of the cycle of life, I mean like in regards to regeneration, like kind of helping maybe repurpose things, recycle things, use things that were once something else and turn it into something else, like revamping almost. And that kind of makes sense with that options card. So this may be like a DIY kind of person, a really creative person who likes to kind of make things their own here. That's kind of what I'm getting. Tell me more about the options. Tell me more about the options, and then we'll get into that passion. Oh, the options. Two of Water. Okay, this came out earlier as well, so it really is piggybacking here. Two of Cups. So that's traditionally, it's not just a romantic counterpart kind of thing. That would be kind of more so for the lovers, but Two of Cups here, it does still speak to harmony and balance and being forthright and forthcoming with what somebody wants and desires. So that's really beautiful. So since we're throwing the word desire out there, let's go ahead and get some clarification on this Six of Fire. Ooh, Four of Earth, sideways. So this would be like a Four of Pentacles. That can kind of be interpreted as not like a stingy energy. I don't like that word stingy, but it's kind of always what I go to when you got that person who's like holding the pentacles close to their chest. It is sideways, and it says familiars. And the imagery of this is a young girl with some goats, it looks like, kind of in her lap and like kind of walking around her. So this is really interesting. I'm gonna take this as there's somebody who's very grounded in the earth and in their reality, but also very passionate. But there's something very beautiful and humble about. It's almost like the person that's holding these Four Pentacles close to their chest. It's almost like they're holding like family close, almost with this familiar card, or like things that bring them great comfort, like their pets. It's like they can find appreciation in the simple parts of life that have a lot of beauty in them. It doesn't always have to be something big and extravagant and elaborate. There doesn't have to be some big plan or some big goal or mission. So that is how it is a little bit different than the last reading, because it felt like that person had just had such a big goal and such a big mission. It was like nothing could stop them, right? And I don't get that there's anything going to stop this person either, but it's kind of like there's a more groundedness. But it's weird because we had that strong fire. So tell me more about like the groundedness dynamic with this person, but also the fire. Like I need some clarification on that. Four of Water, Four of Cups, riding the waves. Okay, so this could be a very emotional person normally, who gets kind of caught up in their feelings or like the throes of passionate. They're such a passionate, I don't want to say they're an emotional person, but it's because they're very aware. It's like they realize when it's happening. Okay, so they're riding the waves of life. So Four of Water, Four of Cups can traditionally be sort of like, you know, someone kind of looking down and not really seeing all the abundance and reasons to be grateful around them. But with this person riding the waves, it's a different, I mean, that's what's so beautiful about this deck that I found so far, is it's so positive. There's no negativity that you can even really spin off of with these cards, and I think that's my favorite part about it so far. So riding the waves, anything that comes up, it's just taken in stride. There is an identification with knowing that you or this person is a very passionate person, but that it's not going like unchecked, or it's not like going like unrealized, or you're not getting carried away or taken off with your emotions or making poor decisions because of them. You're highly aware when they happen. So that's really great. That's beautiful. Tell me more about, so we've kind of got the person sort of pinned down here a little bit. Tell me more about what they need to hear, or like what the advice is, or just the general sort of like, oh, okay, got several. Ooh, Four of Air. Okay, Four of Swords, meditation. Yep, so this actually holds very true to the traditional interpretation of the Four of Swords. So beautiful, meditation. So that's going to be really important for you or this person that you're listening for. Gratitude. Oh wow, we got a lot of cards that came out here. There's some reversals here, but I'm not going to take them as reversals. Just straight up, this deck is so positive. I don't even care what these are. we're going for the positive vibe here. Okay, gratitude, air, Amazon daughter. Look how like uniquely this girl is dressed too. So it's almost like this person might be very unique. This person might have certain qualities to them that stand out. They're not sort of like your typical person. Embodying spirit, great mother. Yeah, more of that earth imagery, okay? More of that compassionate, giving energy. Very Six of Pentacles feeling. Eight of Earth, Eight of Pentacles, Earth regeneration. Yep, got this card in the last reading too. Okay, so somebody, it's interesting how grounded they are in the earth, in the sense that they care so much about the earth and they want to make things better, but they're not, they can be kind of, I don't want to say a flighty person, but it's almost like they can tend to have their head up in the clouds a little bit, but they are still very grounded and reasonable too, so it's interesting. Three of Water, Three of Cups, love makes a family. Okay, So this person, I think, desires to have a family, does desire to collaborate with people, but it's almost like they're so independent or something that it, like, they can kind of get carried away in their own sort of, it's such an interesting energy because I don't get like a youthfulness to it. It's a mature energy that's been through stuff, but there is just a dichotomy, a duality of this aspect of the self that is so, I keep getting the word flighty. I don't know, so maybe that resonates for you. It's not like loosey-goosey and like disorganized. I feel like it can be at times, but it's I'm laughing because I don't know if I'm seeing myself in this or it's, okay. A little bit of clarity, just like, because I feel like maybe that's part of the issue too, is it's almost like there's a lack of clarity sometimes. There's an inner clarity, but it can get muddled. Oh gosh, look at all these. The World. Very interesting that this card is actually a sideways card just in itself. So with the World, 10 of Fire, embracing the universe, 10 of Wands. Again, this came out before. 7 of Air, 7 of Swords. Judgment, reversed. We're going to take this one as a reversal. I don't know why, but we just are. It came out reversed, and I'm just rolling with it. I'm not doing upright right now. Wake up call, reversed. And the Moon, lunar power. It's almost like this person, the clarity of this is that this person is a very intuitive person, okay? They're very in touch with their emotions, their spiritual self. They care about all those things. But community council also is here on that 7 of Air, that 7 of Swords. It's like I did want to say this earlier, but I wasn't quite sure how to say it because it hadn't really come out yet. But with that 3 of Cups, right? It's like this person wants to collaborate, but they're so almost unique or independent, or they're in their own lane, which is great, which is awesome, but that can kind of get a little bit tricky as far as like a community. People may kind of feel like, oh, she's strange or he's strange, or you know, like that person's kind of a wild ride, or you know, whatever. And it's very hard to kind of relate to that person because a lot of people aren't that way or that strong and passionate about being that way. Or if they are, they're kind of loners themselves, you know what I mean? So it's kind of difficult. And I do find that this is, with the 10 of Wands, a burden that this person carries, but they carry it in a very light way because it's embracing the universe. They're embracing the uniqueness of themselves, which is really, really great. In the world, maybe they like to travel, maybe they like to meet a bunch of different people. So it's almost like maybe they establish a bunch of connections here, but maybe none of them are really that deep, because the focus is really the world, the focus is the self, the focus is making things better in a bigger picture, which is honestly, at the end of the day, that's beautiful. That should be the focus. What's interesting with this Judgment card reversed and Wake Up Call, it's kind of like, if you look at the imagery of this lady on here too, she's looking a little frazzled and not quite fully properly dressed for this this situation of being stuck on a slab of ice, almost like with snow coming down. It almost looks like Aurora Borealis or something like that in the background. It's kind of like, it is reversed though, and this is Wake Up Call. So it's, I don't know if this person is going to go through almost like I feel like they've had a dark night of the soul. I feel like they've had an initial awakening experience. 1414 on the timer, by the way, right when I looked. But I have a feeling they might go through another one. It's not going to be as intense, but it's something that has to do with this collaboration thing. There's going to be a little bit of trouble perhaps with people you're working with, or it's not trouble, but it's like, it's somehow, here's what it is. It's not judging yourself for being different. It's accepting the uniqueness of yourself and realizing that the people who kind of stray away from that or aren't attracted or lured into that, those aren't your people, that's not your crowd, okay? So it's not It's nothing against you. It's nothing that you need to change about yourself. It's nothing that is wrong or that you need to do differently. It's like you are great as you are, but your crowd is going to be a little bit more limited because of it. And that's okay, because you don't want the people who are not part of the kind of crowd that you'd be in anyway. You would want to be with people who are in alignment with kind of how you roll, right? So like you're going to want to be with people who have a similar vibe. And you may find that there's a lot of people that have a quote similar vibe, right? But they aren't like your true soul family who's going to rock with you day to day, right? They're going to support you on your journey. They're going to wave from afar. They're going to be like, hey, you're doing great, like cheering you on, right? But they're not going to want to be in your day-to-day life, and that's okay. Like you can have tons of those people. If anything, that's going to really support your mission in the long run. So just like kind of have a group of people who aren't super close to you but respect you and think you're great, and all that type of stuff. So let's go ahead and get a final oracle message for this lovely, it feels like a feminine, to be honest. So I'm just going to say feminine energy. It just feels very feminine, especially in that initial sort of fire card, right? So let's get any sort of remaining oracle messages, inspiration, encouragement, validation. Coyote totem. Show humor, laughter is your medicine. Exactly. If you're feeling like somebody's not getting it, they're not sniffing what you're stepping in, who cares? It ain't for them, it's just not. So I like that you can just laugh it off. You don't let it get under your skin, or at least you shouldn't, okay? You're gonna bring in the people who are meant to be with you. You're perfect the way you are. I mean, I'm really getting overall like a vibe of like, don't change. People can judge, they can think whatever they want. They can, find somebody who's more along their line, right? And that's totally great and that's totally cool. We're supposed to all be different. We're supposed to be unique. We're supposed to stand out in our own little way. Is there any other messages here for these beautiful fire signs who need to hear something? That was a very slappy shuffle. Okay. Any others? Any final? Anything else? Just humor? Just humor? Is that all we've got? Any other words of wisdom here, Spirit, for these beautiful fire signs? Anything for Sagittarius or for Aries that they need to hear? Anything for a Leo? Okay. We've got sisterhood. Interesting. So maybe you're about to go see your sisters. Maybe you feel like in the community that you're trying to build, or you're trying to collaborate with more. It's a group of females. So maybe that's kind of how you're having a difficult time with relating, is with females maybe. So initiate a new sister's adventure is what it says. So yeah, that's your recommendation. Show humor, laugh it off. The people who are going to roll with you are going to be the ones who roll with you. You'll find your tribe. I'm not worried about you. You're having so much fun. You have so much passion for what you do. You're going to kill it no matter what. So don't be discouraged by the people who fall off. It's totally cool. And I'm sure they still like you and it's all just fine. You're just like a little bit off the beaten path for them, and that's all it is, and that's totally cool. So I like that one. Yeah, embrace your unique self. You are beautiful. You are cool. You're super fun, all right? And yeah, you're enough. You're absolutely enough just as you are. Don't change a damn thing, okay? All right, well, we're ending it there. Thank you guys so much. 1919 is what we got, so we'll see you next time.